Alrighty. um. Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to get there. At least as Nico.
Georges had always been good at disappearing acts. Well, there was more to explore in the old mansion. Well, Georges, are you there? The grate had locked back into place. The secret passageway was still closed. I decided to leave the painting for later.
Okay, so can we open the path, or is it gonna be locked for the time being? Want chewing gum?
Does this mean anything to you?
Should it?
Does this mean...
Well, I guess we lost the helmet.
So, you have no idea what you did with the key?
All I remember is waking up in the old car.
Well, it's probably gonna be near the old car, if not inside it.
According to the sundial, it was mid-afternoonish. According to the sun...
Mid-afternoon-ish. I mean, sundials do tell the time exactly. Or approximately, so what is it, like 3 p.m.?
The garden was now an overgrown wilderness. The garden was now... Eva looked ready to shoot anything that moved. Eva looked ready... The wind chime looked like it was made from old cans. Just some old trash. But the sound was pretty. Just some old trash.
Alright.
The fountain had dried up long ago. The fountain...
To the car, yeah? Now we can actually travel there. Talk to Eva first. Why did you have to take the long way? You just could have just, skimmed through here.
Eva, I am glad your father is safe.
He's old and foolish. He shouldn't be here, but he wouldn't listen to me. I suppose he's still going on about that painting.
Well, yes. In fact, we decoded it.
Yep.
You did?
I guess she doesn't know what happened inside there, huh?
Yes, we found a secret passage behind the fireplace.
What?
Your father and Georges went in.
What? That's ridiculous. He's an old man.
Don't worry. Georges knows what he's doing.
Does he?
So he always tells me anyway.
Want a piece of
I
gum?
didn't think she'd be interested. Your father is looking very frail.
He's old, and he could do without people giving him the runaround chasing lost treasure.
I guess.
Have you ever been inside the library?
No, I'm told it is locked.
The key is lost. Ramon says he hid it years ago and cannot remember where.
Shame.
Can you think of anywhere Ramon might have hidden the key?
What do you think I am, psychic?
Well, you're not Fleur. Or Daphne Moon.
Seen anything suspicious?
Apart from you and your American boyfriend, no.
He's not my boyfriend, you know.
He's not my boyfriend.
Whatever.
Talk to you later.
Him? Wow. She's rude.
The path led back where we came from. The path led back.
Well, let's go there then. Oh, he's full? He's full? Gotta hit him with my mop. Maybe he's gonna be friendly towards Nico.
Aren't goats cute? I do wonder why Georges has such an aversion to these noble creatures.
I wouldn't call them noble.
Aren't goats cute? An old apple tree provided shade. Shame that the goat's rope wasn't long enough for him to enjoy it. An old apple tree
Can we interact with the goat without it harming us?
Hello, little one.
Ah, he likes Nico! Well, I guess he can sense if someone is from California or not. Well, that's probably goat's secret power.
The goat had been tethered. Seemed unnecessary. The gentle animal wouldn't have harmed a soul.
Well,
The goat had been tethered.
that would you think. Can we break him loose? I don't think we have the opportunity to do that.
Aren't goats cute? A pile of old apples. Looked like the goat had been eating lots of them. A pile of old apples.
These are not apples. These are bottles.
A heap of old brandy bottles. Ramon must have been in the car on that night all those years ago.
He drank all of that? God damn.
A heap of old brandy bottles.
At once? That's crazy.
The old car must have sat there for decades. The old car.
Oh. We'll manage to open it, I guess. Are we gonna find the key conveniently? Or not?
The dashboard seemed intact, but this old family car would never drive again. The dashboard seemed in.
Family car.
A 5T71. Extraordinary.
5T71? What's that? Is that the type of the radio?
It was never going to work. The battery would have died decades ago. It was never.
Old shoes?
An old pair of shoes. An old pair of shoes.
Tin can keys?
The floor of the car was littered with keys from sardine cans. I guess that's where he got all the cans for the wind chime from.
Are you telling me that the key is gonna be inside one of these cans?
Tin can keys. I guess that's where he.
Well, maybe.
Someone had been sleeping in the car, but long, long ago. Someone had been sleeping.
Nah, nothing under these sheets, I guess? Under the pillow?
An old and very dubious pillow. An old. In amongst the rubbish on the car floor was an old brandy bottle.
Well, there are two bottles.
In amongst the rubbish. In amongst the rubbish. The inside of the car was in a bad state. The inside of.
Hmm. Let me take a look under the pillow. Oh, didn't find the key, but we found some sort of a ledger. Well, the game says it's a book.
In amongst the mess was an old book. In amongst the mess, I picked up what looked like an old diary. It was Ramon's.
Oh,
The library will forever be a shrine. No one will enter. I shall hide the key in a safe place. Once I've eaten. I have just what I need and know what to do. Oh, beautiful lady, your eyes are so blue. I just can't stop thinking of you.
damn! Some spitting fire.
Ramon was quite the budding poet. Our lives are entwined like ivy on a tree. That is what you mean to me. Nice.
Now, did he write that in Spanish or is it in English? Ah!
Hey, I was reading that.
Noble creature, my ass!
An old and very...
Son of a bitch. So my goddamn homework. Well, it's not the dog that ate my homework. It was the goat!
Have you no respect for great art? Pretty indigestible, huh?
Well, we're gonna encourage him? Son of a bitch. Well, I guess we lost that notebook forever. Wonder if there's a clue. That diary had a clue. I think the clue is actually in the wind chime. Yeah, you can see that the icon have switched. So the key is actually in one of these cans, that's for sure. This is the only one that we can actually check for some reason.
Despite the scrap components, the wind chime was beautiful. It was uncanny.
Nice pun there.
Despite the scrap, one old sardine can was bulging slightly. I fished around. There was something in it.
Damn, all the puns.
There was something in that can. And there it was, the key to the library.
I mean, how do you know that it's actually going to be for the library, though?
I
Oh, the
had
key.
the key to the old library.
Oh, the key.
I had the...
Let's tell Ramon that we actually found it.
I found your key.
I thought it was lost forever.
Do you want to be with me when I open the door?
No. Some things are better left in the past.
Yep.
And anyway, I must look out for Eva.
Well, I guess. Makes sense.
I just had a look at that old car in the garden. Looks like someone slept in it.
Me. When I returned, I couldn't bear the house at night. So, I slept in the car.
And you didn't bring your sheets or anything? You didn't bring them in?
Do you know Eva well?
No, I only just met her. Senor Marquez brought her with him. They don't talk much, but she knows how to handle a gun.
Oh, good on her. Well, I guess that's that. Let's Go ahead and check on the library. Well, I can check the area as Nico.
The internal courtyard had been beautiful once. Even overgrown like this, it had a serenity.
Yeah, I can see that. Even with all the messiness, yeah. Even with the overgrown plants and all that, I think it looks serene, I guess.
The internal courtyard had been... The plants at least were thriving in the rubble. The plants...
You're not gonna check on the uncasings? A mosaic that we actually didn't have the chance to check on that as George.
An intricate mosaic adorned the floor. An intricate mosaic adorned the floor. It was the library door. It was the library. The door was locked.
I mean, I know it was like I actually need to use it like this.
Ramon had been true to his word. This place was like a shrine.
Yeah, it definitely looks like nobody has been in there for ages. Check on the
A
globe.
globe sat forgotten in a corner. I wondered if Marquez had played with it as a child. A globe sat...
Not a plaything though. Bookcase.
Books were still stacked neatly in the bookcase. More were scattered on the floor. Books were...
We can check on the trunk. Gonna leave that for later.
The huge trunk in the corner looked interesting. The huge...
I'm gonna check it out later.
Ramon was right. The window was barred. I wondered why Xavier Marquez had tried to escape through the library.
As I said, there must have been like some sort of a secret exit or something.
Ramon was right. The tapestry had been flung to one side. The tapestry... The table had been cleared. An old sturdy table. An old sturdy table. The old armor was in pride of place. Genon clearly hadn't moved it.
Huh.
The old armor was in...
Picture
An empty
frame.
frame rested against the wall. When they left, Genon's soldiers probably took everything of value.
Not the armor.
An empty frame...
I'd assume that the armor would have value.
The door led back to the cloisters. The door led...
Alright, let's finally check on the trunk.
The trunk contained someone's personal possessions. At a guess, Genon's.
Genon's.
I wondered what secrets they might hold.
This is supposedly a map, huh?
The hat looked battered and old. I wondered if it had belonged to the mysterious Genon. The hat looked... A couple of old faded shirts, neatly folded. A couple of old
Whoops.
a pair of well-worn boots. A pair of
And of course, there's the
There
map.
was an old map at the top of the trunk.
I mean, how can you tell that this thing is a map while it's folded like that?
It was an old map, perhaps Canaan's. It was an old map.
Let's pick it up.
The map had interesting markings and scribbles all over it.
Huh. Very interesting. Mare Nostrum. Barcelona. Terrassa. Granelars. Girona. Vic. Figures. Olot. Sant Ramon. Wonder if it had anything to do with the shields. That's in the hall, in the main hall.
Georges would be so jealous.
Meanwhile,
So, what is this place, senor?
It is my family's chapel.
oh shit, it's a church.
It's not like any chapel I ever saw. Where's the altar, the crucifix, the Christian symbols?
Now, these guys are not Christians; they're Gnostics.
And this fresco, what's that?
How extraordinary. It tells a story. It depicts the journey of my ancestors, the Cathars, and their escape from the hilltop fortress of Montsegur with the Tabula Veritatis.
Montsegur, where is that?
From under the very noses of the soldiers of the Albigensian Crusade.
Whoa, wait a minute. Who are the Cathars? And what have they got to do with the tabula?
Aren't the Cathars same as the Gnostics?
The Cathars were Gnostics.
Yep.
They lived in the south of France in the 12th century, at peace with the Jews and the Catholics of the Languedoc. They preach that men and women are equal, that God is within you, and that the Church is an obstacle to salvation.
Uh-oh.
The Pope found their core beliefs abhorrent. The Cathars accused him and his church of corruption. He condemned them as heretics. When the Pope learned that they were the guardians of the Tabula Veritatis, he conspired with the King of France and called for a holy war to wipe them out.
Oh.
The Albigensian Crusade was a callous, ruthless massacre. The final confrontation took place here, at Montsegur in 1244. The Crusaders believed that they had slaughtered all the heretics.
Oh. The very thing that French do best.
Tabula. They traveled south across the Pyrenees.
And that is
secret trails.
ethnic cleansing.
They brought the tabula here, to Catalonia, to be hidden once more.
Ah, these are the shields.
Sadly, it was not the end of their trials. The Spanish Inquisition saw to that.
God damn it. Always the Spanish Inquisition, huh?
Nevertheless, for generations, my ancestors continued to guard the secret of the tabula. So, you understand why La Maledizione is important to me.
It's gonna show you where the tablet is. You know that the tablet holds a lot of power. You probably want that power.
It will lead us to the tabula again, so we can keep it safe from those who wish to abuse its power.
Yeah. Air quoting here. Keep it safe.
The painting brought us up here, senor. We need to find out why.
Alrighty. I wonder if we can actually go back.
The dark staircase led down to the great hall. The dark staircase... I decided not to leave quite yet. I was sure there was more to discover up here. I decided...
Not that we can, actually.
It was a large marble statue of a young man holding some sort of colored glass lens. These statues...
What of them?
They're just like the figures in the painting. And on the fireplace.
Indeed. They are the two pillars of the Gnostic faith in harmony. And the bearded one is Yahweh, Jehovah, God of the physical world. The other is known by many names. Helel, Ishtar. He is the bearer of light, Luxfere.
These definitely sound like pagan gods to me.
Lucifer.
Oh!
Lucifer?
El Diablo!
So you guys are devil worshippers?
No. When he is in balance with Jehovah, Lucifer is the god of desire and ambition.
No! The devil is good!
Driving humans to be inquisitive, to discover, to advance. Just as Jehovah, when he is in balance with Lucifer, is the god of order. Jehovah stands for selflessness and altruism. Gnostics worship the harmony of both gods in balance.
But what if one were to rule without the other?
Chaos ensues.
If Jehovah ruled without Lucifer, then individuality would be surrendered. Mankind would be wholly conformist, mindlessly dependent. Mere pawns of a controlling power.
And what if Lucifer ruled without Jehovah?
Ambition and desire would be transformed into unbridled greed, and man would lust only for wealth and power.
Well, I guess Lucifer is the ruler of this world. Without Jehovah.
Society would descend into chaos. Disorder and war would prevail.
Yep. Lucifer is reigning free without Jehovah.
Then Lucifer would be the devil indeed.
Well, these were interesting entries, just by checking this. And so that is actually Lucifer, and that's Jehovah.
Marquez had told me that this was a statue of Lucifer. Marquez had told me...
I thought that was Jehovah, actually.
It was a glass wheel divided into 6 colors.
I think this one should be blue.
And it looked like it could be rotated. Part of the lens was covered. Part of the lens was covered.
I'm gonna deal with that later. I'm gonna check on the other thing. Things here. Candelabrum.
It was a candelabrum holding a single
Candelabrum.
candle. It was a candelabrum holding a single candle. It was a candelabrum. Marquez had had a spring in his step ever since we discovered the secret chapel. Marquez had had a spring in his step ever since we...
What if this guy wasn't actually Marquez? This guy was actually Genin. Posing as Marquez. That would be interesting.
The window illuminated the glass in the statue's hand. The window illuminated...
I wonder if we can actually solve this puzzle without, you know, in the night. Only at
It
a
was
specific
a glass
time.
wheel, just like the one held by the other statue. Part of the lens was covered. Part of the lens... Marquez had told me that this statue was of Jehovah. Marquez had told me that...
Let's talk to him a little bit.
Senor Marquez?
Hello?
Yes?
Light, lenses, crusade, the Cathars, the balance, the fresco. I think we showed him all of these, right?
Marquez probably wouldn't have anything to say. Why was this room so well hidden?
After Monsegur, my ancestors were very careful about announcing their presence. Even I, as a boy, knew nothing of this place.
Huh.
Maybe the fresco is important.
Perhaps it denotes a dark time in our history. But wait, there is something strange.
Which is?
Go on.
Each of the escaping Cathars is carrying a tabula.
There's more than one?
But you said there's only one tabula.
That is right. So, why would they paint this lie?
Maybe to hide the real destination?
Of course, and only a Gnostic would know the right one.
Huh. I'll probably have to check it more closely.
So, Jehovah, he's God, isn't he?
He is the central figure in Abrahamic religions, but he represents just one aspect of our Gnostic beliefs. The physical world.
So this statue is Satan.
Not Satan, Lucifer.
Okay, so not evil?
The church demonized Lucifer to suit their own ends. He represents the spiritual and intellectual elements of the world. Good and evil are simply products of the human condition.
Huh. Very interesting take. Don't know if a lot of people are gonna agree with that, though.
You talk about balance. What does that mean?
Harmony comes from the balance of Jehovah, who offers order, and Lucifer, who brings ambition. Only under their dual influence will man become enlightened. See the light.
So you say the Cathars are Gnostics?
The Cathars were a medieval religious movement based on Gnosticism. Nowadays, we simply call ourselves Gnostics.
So the tabula is the key to the power of God?
Yes, it is an object of tremendous power.
Hmm.
Wow. This Albigensian crusade sure must have been a bloody affair.
Few were spared. But it was only one episode in 2 millennia of persecution.
What's the deal with these lenses that the statues are carrying?
Clearly, they change the color of light that is reflected onto the fresco.
Onto the fresco, huh?
But why? And why the different colors? Does all that colored light falling on the fresco mean anything?
I don't know, senor. That is why I need you to help me.
Well, I guess. Well, there is a candle there, alright? So we can actually light it up. Hmm. Well, before I do that, let me check on the fresco.
The large painting covered the far wall of the chapel. I needed a closer look to pick out the detail in the scene. The fresco deserved a proper examination. The fresco was surrounded by dusty inscriptions.
Huh. Exlus Veritas.
My Latin was a little rusty, but I could still translate.
Ex igne puritas. Ex labore sapientia.
Ex igne puritas, from fire, purity. Ex luce veritas, from light, truth. Ex labore sapientia, from struggle, knowledge.
Huh. Now, these are the towns. We've seen these towns, I guess.
A town of northern Catalonia. A town of northern Catalonia.
Oh, well, I guess I cannot check on that.
Cathars fleeing across the Pyrenees to escape the slaughter of the Albigensian crusade.
Well, I guess these towns are where they fled to?
They seem to be carrying something.
Maybe pieces of the tabulas.
Cathars fleeing across the Pyrenees to escape the slaughter. They seem to be carrying something. Cathars fleeing across the Pyrenees. They seem to be... Cathars.
Same thing.
A town of northern Catalonia. A town of northern... Cathars being burned at the stake. Knights of the Albigensian Crusade.
Wonder if that's actually a real movement.
The mountain fortress of Montségur burning after its capture by the Crusaders.
Where's that? Is that in France? Montségur? Hmm. Interesting. Can I
Senor?
talk to Marquez more about what we found?
Yes?
Not really. Not really. Okay, I guess it's about time that I actually check on these lenses. I would try and light up the candle here, actually. Maybe that's
what
gonna
this
help.
place needed. Bit of mood lighting. If only I had a few scatter cushions.
Scatter cushions. Alright, you think you're Shahrazad or something? Hmm.
I removed the small leather cover to reveal a crude crystal lens. Colored light streamed through and shone onto the fresco. The color changed from yellow to green.
I think I need it to be blue.
The color changed from green to turquoise.
Turquoise.
The color changed from turquoise to blue.
Let's leave it at that. Huh. Is that actually gonna change things? I don't know. But I think
Marquez had told me that this
But I think this one is gonna be green.
the color changed from yellow to green.
This should be it, right? Or am I missing something?
Cathars fleeing across. They seem to be Cathars being burned at the... Senor?
Yes?
Hmm. I wonder if we're gonna be able to use the medallion in here or something.
That was never going to work.
Amazing.
Hmm.
The light is showing the path of the Bonzong.
The what?
The sacred trail my ancestors took across the Pyrenees, carrying the Tabula Veritatis.
Oh. So, does that mean that they carried fake tablets? And that's the real one?
From Montsegur, across the mountains to this town.
Well, how convenient.
And which town is that?
I think he said this town, as in this town?
I don't know. That I cannot answer.
We're probably gonna know by the shield.
But its coat of arms is quite distinctive.
But how does it bring us closer to the tabula?
It tells us the route the Tabula took 800 years ago.
I think that's all we're going to find up here.
You're right. We should return to the hall. Eva will be getting worried.
Well, I guess that did the trick. Oh, we can open the path from the inside, huh?
Okay, we found the route of the Bonzom Trail. How does it help us?
It must somehow relate to the painting.
Papa, are you crazy? What are you doing?
I'm fine. Don't fuss.
You got me out here to look after you, so let me do it. Ramon is outside keeping watch.
Nico's
Josh,
here.
I'm glad you're safe. What did you find?
There's a secret chapel above the fireplace. But it's not your average everyday chapel. It's a Gnostic chapel.
They worship the devil.
All laid out for worshiping not one god, but two.
What?
I'll tell you when we have more time.
You know, I found some things too, which might connect with all that. Come to the library. Oh, could you bring the painting? I think we're going to need it.
Okay. I guess we don't need to have the painting up there, right? Isn't that the mark that we actually saw? It's either this one or this one.
The coat of arms was exactly the same as the one depicted on the fresco.
Ah, I think it's this one.
It read Berga.
Berga, okay. Good to know. I wonder if Marquez is gonna be fine.
Marquez looked exhausted. Eva said she didn't get along with her father, but she sure looked worried about him.
Well, I guess that's natural.
Eva stood watch over her father. Are you all right, Senor Marquez?
I am fine. Just winded, that's all.
Wanna have this back?
Do you want your medallion back?
You keep hold of it. I am certain that you will need it.
Alright. Wanna squirt?
Want a sniff?
Please, no. Take it away from me.
You want your picture back?
Anything else about the photograph you can tell me?
No, it brings back uncomfortable memories.
Oh, alright.
Any idea what Nico might have found?
Parts of this house have been sealed off for a long time. You go. I will stay here.
You really had no idea that the Gnostic chapel was behind the fireplace, did you?
No, but the house is full of secrets.
So this is not gonna be the only secret to this house, huh?
Can you tell me any more about this trail of the Bonzom?
It was the secret route taken by my ancestors across the Pyrenees.
The Pyrenees, huh?
The route that brought the tabula to Catalonia.
Eva?
She has anything important to say?
Yes?
What do you think of this fragrance?
It's horrible.
I took it from a dead guy.
Oh, boy!
He probably smells better now.
God damn. He liked it, though.
Let me know if there's anything I can do to help your father.
I will. Thanks.
I guess, that's it. Let's take the painting.
What are you doing with La Maledizio?
Nico found something and asked me to bring the painting. I promised to take care of it.
Don't worry, I'm gonna take care of it. What was the name of the town again?
The coat of arms was... It read Berga.
Berga. Alright.
Eva, go with him. Make sure the painting comes to no harm.
Wow. He's not trusting us?
I should stay with you, Papa.
Don't worry about me. La Malediccio is more important.